My name is Jeff Englehart. I was part of 1st Infantry Division, 3rd Brigade, stationed in Vilseck, Germany, and spent 1 year in Iraq from 2004 to 2005 in Bakuba. I'm here today to express some of what happened with my experience in GI resistance and where we can go from here. At the time I went to Iraq, there was not a huge basis of support back home for resistors who did not want to participate in the occupation of Iraq. I went to Iraq because I did feel that it was essentially my duty to fulfill my obligation as obliged by contract. Upon being in Iraq, I started investigating some of the things that were already in the back of my head about why we were there. I started reading things on the internet when I had access to it. I was ordering books, certain books that really changed my way of thinking about U.S. foreign policy was books like People's History of the United States and other such volumes. These books are incredibly important, and many soldiers share these books that talked honestly about foreign policy as the way that the United States instigates it. By the time I made up my mind that what we were doing in Iraq was no different than what we had done in the Philippines, what we had done in Mexico, what we had done all over the world, and most recently in Vietnam, I decided that I couldn't sit idly by as a soldier and just be complacent to it. So I created a war blog that was essentially anti-war, anti-government. The blog is called Fight to Survive. I was co-authored by Garrett Reppenhagen and Joseph Hatcher. We wrote honestly about what we saw in Iraq, and we felt that it was wrong. And towards the end of our deployment, we were essentially told to stop posting on it because it seemed to be threatening the morale of the military itself. Coming home, though, joined Iraq Veterans Against the War, and I found that that was the best way to deal with the experience that I had while I was there. It's been the best experience that I can think of to confront what essentially is an occupation of a country that had nothing to do with 9/11. And this group is dedicated to bringing all the troops home, not tomorrow, not a year from now, but right now. Bring the troops home now. What I learned from my experience in Iraq has helped me incorporate that into activism, and I'm here to tell you today some of the things that are the most important things we can do to help soldiers achieve what they need to do, and that's save themselves and their buddies and come home, and how we can go about doing that in the future. The biggest thing that I can see, and I've had experience with since I've been in Iraq Veterans Against the War, is just soldier outreach, doing GI outreach. These soldiers are grown adults, and I heard we have a member that said very wisely that it's very offensive to the soldiers, you know, the people that call us traitors or say that we essentially are hurting the morale of the soldiers. That insults the soldiers themselves. They're grown adults, and they're starting to see that this is an occupation without any reason, and it's brutal, and it needs to end. So we need to be able to help them foment these ideas and help them speak out against it and help them work against the war effort to end the war, because they're the ones that are paying the price. Not much of us in America are paying the price. It's the Iraqis and the American soldiers that are paying the price, and we need to help them end the war now. And like I said, the best thing that I've seen this organization do and other organizations like Military Project do is actual soldier outreach, going and greeting the soldiers, letting them know that they're not alone in opposing this war, opposing this occupation, and letting them know that they can do something about it. They have the power, they have the guns, they can turn them right back. And then we can help them to achieve that level of resistance that essentially shuts down the war machine. And the best way to do that is just to go talk to the soldiers, let them know they're not alone, help them get their hands on literature that the military might obstruct them from getting. And just be very open with them that we do support their efforts to end the war, as well as when they come home, we'll support them, embrace them as they return. Thank you.